Hello everyone, welcome to the Town Hall debate for our fall elections for the position of Director of Communications and Internal. Today with us we have our four candidates for the position of Director of Communications and Internal. We have Akshita, we have Ayush, we have Divine, and we have Adiroju with us here today. So we will be conversing with them, getting to know them better, learning about their campaigns, and learning about what they are going to change for you here at the Student Association of George Brown College. So firstly, I would like to go through a few of the rules with our nominees here. So the town hall debate, as I briefly explained before this began, will consist of two main rounds, and then an opening statement and a closing statement. So firstly, you will each get 1 minute to give an opening statement. Here you can talk about who you are, who you are, what your campaign looks like, and what you're going to change for students here at the Student Association of George Brown College. After that, we will go into the individual questions round, where I'll ask each of you a different question. So the person who has been asked the question will get 90 seconds to give an answer to the question. And then we will give two other candidates an opportunity to rebuttal. So you will be able to ask the person who answered the question anything that you may want to ask them, or just generally debate about it, and then we'll move on to the next person, and so on. After that, we'll go on to the common questions round, which will be just one question for everyone. So each of you will answer the same question, and you will get 90 seconds for that as well. There is no rebuttal for the common round. And then finally, you will get to give your closing statements, just to summarize whatever you've said today, and to ask the students to basically vote for you. So yeah, that's what the town hall debate is going to look like. Some rules that we have are that there is a time limit, as I just specified. I'll be showing you these cards. So this one will be when you have when you just have 30 seconds left, and then there's like a 10 seconds left. And then we also have a time's up card. Hopefully we don't have to use that. We also have an air horn, which will let you know that your time is up, and then we'll move on to the next person. I would like to remind that speakers must be respected, and only one person will be allowed to speak at a time, whoever has the microphone in their hands. You will get the opportunity to rebuttal, and so if you talk when someone else is speaking, you might lose the opportunity to rebuttal or an entire speaking turn, according to rules specific to each round. Inappropriate languages or actions will lead to the loss of chance for the candidate to speak again. No personal attacks will be allowed, and all remarks and comments during rebuttal or statements must remain professional. Candidates must also refrain from using personal electronic devices during the entirety of the town hall debate. You can, however, use your notebooks to note down anything. And then, as I said, you will have 1 minute to deliver the opening statement, which includes but is not limited to your motivation to run for the position, the work that you do, and why you are the right person for this position. And at the end, you will get to conclude. So those are the general rules for the debate. Okay, so let us then begin. I think we can start with Adi. Yeah, so you can start with your opening statement, which is 1 minute. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Adiroju, but people prefer to call me Adi because of the pronunciation of my name. I'm a student, a year 1 student of recreation management in gerontology. I migrated to Canada in 2018. My passion for community service and my interest in participating in the Student Association is the reason why I have decided to contest for the post of Director of Communications and Internal.
Hello everyone, my name is Ayush and I am an international student. I came in here last year and I'm very social, by the way, and this was my main motivation to go for this position, to be a nominee, because I felt there are many things that student needs, like some were advocating like we are doing good, SA is doing good on the scholarship, but students were advocating for like if there can be more scholarship, there can be more help, and things like even the extracurriculars, like some people, I talked to some students, they were like if there were a dance instructor separately, that we would learn something, or like a photography instructor, and especially like the job fairs, we're doing good in that, but if there we can have more job fairs, if we can have more career opportunities, then like this is the thing that I would love to advocate for.
Hello, my name is Divine, and I'm 21 years old, and yeah, and I came to Canada 2017, and from the St. James campus, and my course it's the transition to work placement, and the reason why I'm contesting for the director of communication, because I love to communicate with other people, to know each everyone, and yeah, to get a lot of people and you and I have to, like, the what are the kind of events you want to do. So that's the reason why I'm contesting.
Hello everyone, my name is Akshata. I'm an international student which recently came in August. I'm pursuing office administration and health services department, and I'm in Waterfront campus, as is considered as the health science campus. Under Miss Judy's consideration, I applied for director of communications and internal. As I told you earlier that I am an international student, so obviously I have faced some problems that every international student face. So I'll be the face of you guys in front of you that will manage all your problems and will be here whenever you need me, as in this post, to help you out whenever you need. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your opening statements. I am really looking forward to learning more about each of you. Before moving on to the individual round, I would like to remind our viewers that the Director of Communications Internal here at the SAGBC is the main spokesperson, is the official spokesperson for the Student Association, and has the following responsibilities. They will be the official spokesperson of the corporation to the general public, the George Brown College, campus groups, and at college and external functions where a representative of the corporation is required. They will oversee the keeping of records of meetings, policies, membership, and any other records required by law. And they will perform all duties as outlined in the Voting Directors Accountability Manual. So let us now move on to the individual round. A reminder of the rules is that each participant gets 90 seconds to respond to the question, which is a minute and a half. And the rebuttal, 2 people will get to rebuttal. So if you would like to rebuttal, kindly raise your hand so we can note down who are the first 2 people to raise their hands. Also, 1 person will only get to rebuttal 2 times. Yes. So let us move on, and I would love to start with Akshita on this end. Okay, so Akshita, your question is, the person in this position helps create cohesion between all executive positions on the board. What is your vision of how you will best create cohesion among the directors such that the work done by the board is aimed towards the betterment of the students?
Applying for director of communications and internals is a huge responsibility, comes on one's personality, right? So it would be one's duty to and responsibility to maintain all the records, obviously helping other people in the management. And also I'm here to give, as student association help me a lot with various kinds of helps they provide, right? With the food thing, also with the various elections, and many things. There's the number of things that they help with. Also, me being as a student of George Brown College is a really good, considered as an opportunity for me to give it back to them. Also, helping them whenever they need me, standing for them whenever they like being a different perspective. We all have a different views. So me standing for them would be a great opportunity and helping them with whatever they need, because I am an extrovert personality. Also, with everything they need me, I will be there standing for them. Also, like everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone like to rebuttal to that? Yes, we have Adi. Adi will give you a minute.
Okay. Can you please repeat the question?
Yes, so the question is, the person in this position helps create cohesion between all executive positions on the board. What is your vision of how you will create the best cohesion amongst the directors?
As the spokesperson, I would try to maintain a positive working environment among the board members, the executive members, and the students. I will ensure to create an all-inclusive modality of operation.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Ayush.
Hi. So, I have worked with children with special need. I was a inclusion instructor. What I have learned from my background is that executive board, the board of like executives, that they are also a person as a human being. So what if I am a director, the first thing that I would focus on to like keep everything as a team, to know them as a person. Like if they're like, we can actually sense if someone is facing difficulties in their life, they reflect in their professional life. Like if we know them as a person, if we know them personally, that can help us to work together in a better way, like to be more inclusive. So that I would add. And as Akshita said, like helping and standing for their needs.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Akshita, for answering the question and for the rebuttal. I would also like to add that the rebuttal can also act as your opportunity to debate with the person who has first answered the question. So if there is anything you would like to add on to their response, or if you would like to debate anything that they've said, it can also act as that opportunity that you get. So let's move on to Divine. And Divine, I'd like to ask you this question. What would be the primary objective from your end that would shape the mission and strategies to improve the student life at GBC?
Oh yeah, so that's a good question. And to improve life in the GBC, it's like that's the reason why I applied for the director of communication, because to communicate with others, like for new people that are coming from GBC that doesn't know the student association, I can teach them teach them a lot of stuff they need to know about student association, and also communicating with others. And because I love to communicate with others and making new friends, because that is what I love doing and most passionate doing. And that's the reason why I applied for the director of communication, because I love to like communicate and see what their situation is. If they're having any situation or any problem, that talk to me, and then I have to like provide their answers. And yeah.
Thank you so much. Is there anyone who wants to rebuttal? Okay. Ayush?
I I just want to ask a question. So, you were saying that that you love to socialize, like right? You love to talk to people, but uh, uh, it would be great if you give me a specification, like how would you help thousands of students? Like, how would you help to like make their life better? Like, so can you give me like more clarification on that? Like, yeah.
Okay, so that's a good question you ask, and yes, for like there's a lot of student like to communicate with, but like you can like communicate a lot of student, right? But like the only thing you gotta do is like communicate with some of the students, and find out the reason why they needed you, and if they have any chances like in asking any question, then you have to provide the answers, because if you don't provide them answers, they look like you're not like responsible like in doing what they're doing, like respond to what they're trying to say, the question they're trying to say, the question they're trying to ask you, and you did not answer, and that's really, yeah.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to rebuttal? I would also like to remind you that one of the general rules was that one person only gets to rebuttal twice. So Ayush is out of your you're out of your rebuttal opportunities for this round. But then Akshita and Divine, you have both opportunities, and Ade, you have one more. Okay, so let's move on. Yes. Okay.
It's just a question that you sell a lot of children here like to communicate, right? Most of the international students I have seen, they are like really conserved in their personalities. We want someone who understands us, solves our problem, guide us through the pathway. So we, some as of conserved personalities, won't be open that much if you won't feel as comfortable. So do you have any point of view regarding this, Gur?
Oh yeah, of course I have. Yes, because like you're trying to say something, like, well, that's a good question you ask. But like you can like communicate with others, like not each every student, right? But you can communicate with a few students, and you like find out what they're up to, and for example they are trying to like if you have a assignment like whatever, and then they find it hard to do it, and then you gotta like help them to do it, like for like me, I love to help others like do work, because I used to actually do that in my class, like I help my classmates doing the work.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's move to Ayush. So Ayush, your question for your individual round is, how would you balance the need for transparency in the organization and potential confidentiality concerns when communicating for the organization externally?
Do I have time to think on that, like 30 seconds or some? Okay.
Maybe like you can take like 10 seconds.
Okay. Okay, so, transparency and
How would you balance the need for transparency and potential confidentiality concerns?
um, when it comes to confidentiality, um, I would I would focus a lot on teamwork, because we need a trusted team, a trusted board of directors and representatives to need that confidentiality, and again like reminding them of the general rules that we can like tell them to general public. And about transparency, um, I would love to make everything transparent which students need to know, like their basic rights, what they actually can have. So yeah, it's like, yeah, again the trust in mutual trust in the team, the trust, and like the students, that things that students need to know, I would make them transparent.
Thank you so much. Would anyone like to rebuttal? Okay, so then we'll have Divine and then Adi, right?
Oh
You
yeah,
raised
so
your
I
hand.
have a question for you. Like, you're trying to say something like that. So how would you What's the question you asked? Sorry, if it. Yeah. So how would you balance that? How would you balance it? Like, that's the question I want to ask.
So I would balance that working as a team. Working as a team. So me and my team come on the like same point, and we agree on the same thing that this needs to be transparent and this needs to be confidential.
Yep. Next we have Adi.
I if I can recollect, you said I would. Please, can you repeat the question?
Yes. So how would you balance the transparency that's needed from the organization and privacy concerns within the organization? So confidentiality concerns.
Yes. To the public, I think you said.
Yes, when you are
Exactly.
communicating externally.
Exactly. I think that's where the thing is. I would want to ask a question, but let me answer it because it's just an opportunity for me to also sell myself. In a situation like that, I would say I would be more explicit in giving information out. I would be more explicit because the question is to the public now, not within the board of directors and the exco and the students alone, but to the general public. So in a situation like that, for me to balance it, I'll be more explicit in giving information out to the public.
Okay, thank you. Do you also had a question, right? No? Okay. Thanks. Okay, we'll also give you the opportunity to rebuttal. So Akshita, you can go ahead and ask.
As Ade said that she will express everything, but I like what I feel. There's some points that a board of directors also won't be letting students know because there's the thin line between it, right? So it's our responsibility to maintaining that thin line by telling maintaining transparency, of course, but omitting very sensitive details. You got the point what I'm trying to say?
I think you didn't hear me. I said I would be explicit. That means I didn't say I'm going to express. I mean I'm going to, because even if we know that there are some things that wouldn't be in the public, we are a student association. It is the right of the student to know what is happening, because the essence of, whether we like it or not, the essence of the association is to represent the general students. So whatever we're doing is in their interest. So when I mean to be explicit, to be clear enough to them, both in my words and in my action. That's what I mean.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your okay, thank you so much, everyone. So we'll move on to Adi's question. So Adi, your question is, how will you communicate and engage with diverse student groups at the SAGBC to ensure maximum meaningful engagement?
I'm a Nigerian, and I migrated to Canada in 2018. I started from somewhere. I understand there are international students, and I know what they go through to get to where they are now, and I know they have aspirations. So in this case, I would create an enviable initiative to build, I will create an enviable initiative to build a relationship amongst everyone. Let's not forget that this is for, the association is for everyone, irrespective of our background. So what I'll do is create an enviable relationship that would make me be accessible to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Any rebuttals? Okay, Divine.
Yeah, so well, what Ade said that she loved to communicate because for me, I'm from Nigeria as well, and I love to communicate with people. Yeah, because when back then when I was in Nigeria, I used to communicate with people I truly know or people I don't actually know. But like in the GBC student here, like I know some international students and who love to communicate because they will love to communicate with us for more information, and yeah, and that's really a good thing to do, like communicating with people you know and people you don't know. You have to still communicate a little bit about that. Thank you.
On the issue of diversity, I'm going to share a very short story. Sometime, I think in August, there's a group on Facebook for the GBC students. So I saw a lady, she posted, oh, I'm coming to Canada. I don't have an accommodation. This is an Indian lady. So she said, oh, I'm coming to Canada. I don't have anywhere to stay. I'm studying C152, which is the same course as mine, if anyone can be of help. So I slide into a DM. I sent her a message that, oh, I don't mind if you can stay for a few days before you get your stand. Funny enough, up till date, I haven't seen the lady because at the long run, she later found a way out. Like she didn't have to come to my place. But that is what I'm saying. This is a collective effort. It is for every one of us. It doesn't have to be from my tribe, from my country. It is, all we're speaking is one love. That's it.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Anyone else would like to rebuttal or say anything? Okay, so since this is it's just four people here, we can do let's do another round of questions. We get to know you better, and the students also get to know you better. And also for this round, we will remove the limits for rebuttal, so you can rebuttal for every other person. So it's like 3 per person. And also everyone can also rebuttal when someone's asked the questions. So let's start now, maybe somewhere in the middle. Let's start with Ayush. Yes. So Ayush. All right. So I would like to ask you, how would you hold the members of the board of directors accountable for their duties and roles? And how will you contribute to the efficiency of the board?
Okay, in order to hold the board accountable, the first thing that I would like to do is to go in detail about their duties, that what are their duties and what are they responsible for, and then I would keep a check on everything. If I I see any lag or something is lagging behind, then I would know like whose responsibility is this, and then I'll talk to them, like can we uh, give some more effort in that. Yeah, so knowing others' responsibilities and keeping an eye even on the responsibility of others other than mine. So like keeping an eye around. So this is how I would make sure the board is working efficiently. And about me, I would give extra time, and this job, I would keep everything in consideration. And I have been a sports person like from 7 years, so I'm like strict on time, and a few small things like keeping reminders on your phone, and yeah, like keeping myself in check. That thing that I would do.
Would anyone else like to? Yes, Adi.
For the question you asked, I will not, this position at the end of the day would be the official spokesperson, but I would not only share information, I will be a part of the information. You cannot just tell me that, oh, take this and put it in the public. I have to be a part of it. It has to be, I have to, so that whatever I'm sharing to the public, I have an in-depth of what it is.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna add to what Ade said. Like, I can't do that, but like, I can post things like that, but like, I need to like let the board of director to know when I'm gonna post things online for people to see, because I cannot be like, posting it on social media elsewhere without without no content, and without heading to the board of director and says, oh, I need to post this and this, that. I don't do stuff like that. The only thing is I love to do is to ask first before you post, because that's what I'm gonna do. Because when you ask before you post, it's a good thing to do. Like, it's a easy way to do, and like posting stuff online, you have to ask first.
With all the things they mentioned, I find that balancing is the key, you know. You would be asking every single thing from the board of directors as in they are just for your help over there, right? I don't think so. It's just that getting to know them better, seeking the right path, what is right, what is wrong, taking actions on that thing would be a better option. I feel so, right? So yeah, I would say that the balancing is the key. You have to get to know them, get to know the needs of the students, and then acting upon like that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. Let's move to Divine. So I'll ask Divine, your question for this second round is there a specific challenge that the students at GBC face that the board of directors needs to work on? And how will you address this challenge?
Oh yeah, so any challenges they're facing, any student they're facing their physical challenges, like how I'm gonna do it, that is a good question. Like, I am gonna, like, um solve the situation by asking them what the problem is, and they're gonna like provide a set of answers that I need to get, and the good answer that I need to know from them, and that's what I gonna like do, and for those that have in this situation. Thank you.
The question was like what challenges the students might be facing, right?
Yes, so what challenges that the students at GBC face and how would you address them?
Yeah, so I would just ask her a question like she told us like we need to ask them, but can you be like specific on what challenges they might be facing, because you are an international student, right? Like, like you haven't told what difficulties we are facing. Like, as you are standing, as your nominee for the position of director, then it's your responsibility that you should know what they're facing. Like, I haven't heard a single problem by now.
So like, for example, like if you like like for example, I know some people, like they're having their mental issues, something like that, like they're facing their mental challenges of disability and things like that. Like, it's kind of a little bit hard, like, like, you tell them what your disability is, because it's really to ensure this issue, you need to like know what the problem is. And for people that have mental or disability health, like, you have to communicate a little bit of them. Like, for example, for those having disabilities, yeah, you can, like, more communicate a little bit with them, and ask them a little question, and you can also still have fun with them. Yeah, because for those that have disabilities, that's a wheelchair, whatever, like you can also have fun with them. Like, yeah,
There was everything about people with disabilities. People, and they are not like even disabled. They're just abled with specifications, right? And what about people who don't have disabilities? We also face problems. Every interna- every international student face problems, whether it is regarding changing environments, coming from their own home to a completely different country, their mental issues, their weather changings, moreover the food, the fees, everything. So yeah, people, whether with disabilities or not, every student in their lives face problems, right? So thanks.
I, I just want to add a more point. Like, yeah, I agree with Dakshita, and there are many problems they face. Like, it might seem simple, the health problem. Like, students are like too busy in their jobs and studies. They don't focus on like eating. Okay, it's a simple thing. They don't focus on eating. They lose their weight. They lack in their studies. They lack in their work. Everything. But like, if there were only small things, like, let's say, as I do a event, inviting a dietitian, right, who can give advice. Hey, if you're busy, eat that on the go. Like little things that I would love to do, and those are the real problems that students face. They might seem as big as small problems, but they're big. Me personally, I've lost like 7-8 kgs.
I would just like to, I think Adi wants to rebuttal, and then we'll have you just answer to that and then move on.
Okay. The question is, what challenge are the
Yes.
students facing, and what would I do as the spokesperson? Okay. I would say that obviously there are many challenges, but one thing I think I see as a major problem is taking the information to the students. There are some benefits that are out there that students don't know it's happening. Like, there was, I think, during my pre-health, I later got a bursary, but one of my friends was like, how did you do it? I don't even know there's a bursary going on and all that. So there are benefits that the Student Association are really facilitating that I know of, like there's a SNAP, and there's this yearly tax they do, but students don't know. They still take money out of their pocket to go pay for it. So one thing is, the students need to be more informed of these benefits. So if I'm given the opportunity, I'll take this information closer to the students.
oh yeah. So I want to add a little bit of that. So like, so I know some people like some people who are far away, like they come here because they don't know their because of their change of environment, like they're facing the different challenges concerning the changes of environment, like the food they eat here, and yeah. Thank you. And also, uh, um, for those that have their was it disability and things like that, like the I know a lot of people have that, but like because of the where they're like coming from, like they like they came from other country to here, and they're kind of like facing their challenges, and like like the weather changes, like they need to know the weather changes the first time they come here. And for me, the first time I came here was I was 2017. I came here with my mom, and we were like, was our first time of experiencing the winter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's move to Akshita. So Akshita, your question is, since you, if you are elected as the Director of Communications and Internal, you would have to handle situations where you need to communicate external messages. So how would you handle a situation where there may be differing opinions within the organization, such as within the Board of Directors or other members, and you need to communicate a unified message externally? So how would you handle that?
Different persons have different views. So I would say, obviously there are members with different perspective in the board of directors. They would have different opinions about each single of them. Coming at one point might be tough, but obviously there would be a single pathway to consider and an option. When I have to communicate externally, me being a part of them, I would consider the elder ones, obviously to who have more experience though, keep their point on, coming to one conclusion, sharing each single of the thought with transparency, but omitting every single sensitive details. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
I just have a question for you. What do you mean about transparency?
Transparency. Sharing thoughts when you have a perspective in your mind and you're clear about that. Me, I am benefiting one single person. If there's something in my heart and there's something else in my mouth, that is not transparency, right? Helping them with clear mind and perspective, sharing them every single of detail that they needs to know, but obviously keeping that in mind that I'm holding a position in which I have to maintain a specific distance. You getting my point?
I would add something else, like the voting point. If like there are 11 board members, probably the chances are higher than that we will get a majority on a view, maybe even 3 or 4 votes. Even if they're like 10 option, like there is a chance that we will get a majority on one option which has 2 votes. So yeah, the voting thing that I would suggest if there is a conflict on one view.
But obviously we will be convincing other members to, get that same point, because everybody has to agree on that to make a step forward. You getting my point? Yeah, so that was the point.
I actually agree to what she said, and everyone needs to do that because that's the important thing to do. Thank you.
Okay, so let's move on to Adi. Your question is, how aware are you of the student association's goals and values? And how would you approach communication to ensure that the messaging aligns with these goals and values when speaking at external functions?
First of all, this is a student association. It's a collective participation. Everyone involved in this association is important. So I know at some point there would be obviously different perspective to decisions. However, at the end of the day, what matters is the welfare of the student. So what I would do as the spokesperson is to ensure that there is an all-inclusive mode of operation. That way, everyone's opinion would count.
I'm sorry, I would like to confirm if this is your answer to the current question or a rebuttal to Akshita's question.
Yeah, to the question.
To the current question, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Would anyone else like to rebuttal to that? So again, a reminder of the question. It is, how aware are you of the student association's goals and values, and how would you approach communication and external functions with a messaging that aligns with these values? So how would you ensure your communication aligns with the values?
Sorry, just can you please again repeat the
Yeah.
question?
How aware are you about the student association's goals and values, and how would you approach communication to ensure that your messaging at external functions aligns with these values?
So the answer to your first question would be, as this is a student association, right? We are the part of student association. Also, we are using some facilities that student association provides, as she mentioned, Snap, and so yeah, they are just for the betterment of the student council. They are standing for us, for students, as a part of one, to help us out. If I become one of them, I will be obviously helping them, conversing between the students and the student association, talking about the problems they face, conversing about them, the group I had, and obviously the problems that students face. And talking about externally, as I told, communication is the key. Me being a part of them, acting as a bridge, I will, as I'm a student, I told you, right? So I will be also discussing my problems to the student association, also the problems that other people face. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Would anyone else, Divine or Ayush, do you have anything to say to that? No? Okay, perfect. Then we'll move on. Let's move on to the second round of the debate, which is the common question. So here, I'll be asking one question, which all of you will answer. So we just have one question. So this will kind of be like your final opportunity to be able to express everything before the closing statements. All right, so let's start over here with Adi. All right, so it's the same question. So the question is, what will be your biggest priority as the Director of Communications and Internal if elected, and what will be the biggest change that you bring?
My biggest priority is to be the mouthpiece of the students to the board of directors, and also be the spokesperson of the student association to the school, George Brown College, in interest of the students. And what I would do effectively is to prioritize the interest of the students, honestly. That's it.
Ayush, would you like me to repeat the question?
No, I got it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you can start.
Okay, so it's a student association, right? Like, everything we are doing for the students. So I'll make sure that students actually know me, who I am. Like, they can come to me if they have any concerns, or if they need help, or even if they don't need any help, if they want anything extra that SA may provide. Like, yeah, so I'll make sure that they know me, who am I, and I can help them. I can be their face because I'm the spokesperson of the SA, and like, I knew few of the problems, and yeah, just communicating better with the students. And when it comes to the efficiency of the board, then the teamwork that I have mentioned before, the mutual trust and understanding, that I personally feel that I can do better, because like I like my experience as like coach and sports person helps me to like make a better team. So yeah, teamwork and yeah, like be there for students.
Yeah, sorry, can you please repeat the question again?
Yes, the question is, what will be your biggest priority as the Director of Communications and Internal if elected, and what will be the biggest change that you bring?
Oh yeah, because I want them to know more about me first before I get to communicate with them, because that is the easy way you can do that, because I they need to know more about me, what I'm here for as a director of communication. Yeah, and that's what they need to know me about. And then if they have any question, they need to ask me, or if they don't have any question, then fine, they shouldn't ask me that. But like if they have any question, then fine, I can answer the question they're trying to ask me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we have Akshita finally.
The biggest change, biggest priority. I would say managing the relationship between students and the group of members, the board members, would be a crucial one for me. Students with their different personalities, different perspective, different ideas will obviously, I am the face of them, so they will come to me discussing their different problems. Counting on me and trusting on me would be a tough one. So the biggest change, I would say that I will be molding myself in the circumstances that I would need to when I have to act a bridge as in between students and the board of members. I have to maintain all the responsibilities, and coping up with them would be the biggest change for me. Also, for helping students within all of us, within the George Brown College. I would just say this. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, everyone, for answering the common question. Since we have come to the end of the town hall debate, I would like to give each of you a 1-minute opportunity to share your closing statements. This can summarize all of the statements that you made today about your motivation for running for this position, and the change that you are going to bring for students. So we'll start over here with Akshita, so you can go ahead with your 1-minute closing statement.
The motivation for this job role I had is because I am also an international student, and I know I have faced myself those problems that the students are facing now. So I would be helping them in each and every, even if I don't get this position, right? So I'll be helping, standing for them whenever they need me. I will be there for everyone, for each of us. Thank you.
Yeah, I have to like say this. Yeah, and I know, I understand people that have the same issue, that like what you just said, I'm going to say the same thing. I understand what they're coming from, where they're coming from, and I understand their situation. And if they have any question, because me too, I know where they are passing through a lot. Yeah, but like we mostly don't know their situation. But if they have any situation, they should just come in contact with me. Like if you're having a situation of anything, like you can come in contact with me and tell me what the situation is and tell me what you needed. And actually, if you have any like hard work in your, in like for example you have an assignment, like it's hard for you, like you can come to me, I can help you with that if you wanted me to do that. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Ayush. Again, I want to wrap up with that. So, I'm a student, international student with a diverse background, and I spent my last week just doing socializing with students, sitting in the cafeterias, talking about them, their problems. I knew some problems before, but the new problems that I realized that needs to be changed and that need to be solved. and I would just work on that, and I would make sure that again they know me, they can contact me, because if they don't know, like I've seen students like who don't even know like the elections are going on, and like they have no clue that they can help, like they're like as Adi said, they don't know they have the benefits. So being present, like increasing my own presence and increasing the presence of SA benefits and trying to get more benefits for them, I would do that. And hey students, I got your back, you can contact me anytime.
Judge Brown student, I don't want to sit on the fence. I want to be a part of it. I am vying for this position because I know I have the capacity to do it, and I know that if given the opportunity, you will not regret it. However, irrespective of who emerges, trust me, I would always be a committed member of the Student Association. Thank you all.
I'm sorry. If that's okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your motivations for running for this position, for sharing your views and your opinions on the different questions that were asked, and for just being here with us today and giving the students and everyone an opportunity to get to know you and your campaigns. We wish each of you the best of luck. The voting for the positions of Director of Operations and the Director of Communications and Internal will be open until end of day on December 1st, 2023. Please do vote and choose the person who will represent you on the Board of Directors here at the SAGBC and make choices that impact you. Thank you.